Rates of sexually transmitted infections are spiking across Canada. In April, New Brunswick declared a provincial outbreak of gonorrhea, while Alberta warned of rising cases of syphilis in July. Joining me to find out why this is happening is infectious disease specialist at Toronto General Hospital, Dr. Isaac Bogosh. So good to have you in.
Thanks for having me back.
Okay, so according to most recent data available, rates of syphilis have risen 178%, gonorrhea by 81%, chlamydia by 49%. This is over the last decade. Isaac, why is this happening?
Obviously, this is a huge problem. This is not restricted to Canada. This is a global problem. And really, there's a final common pathway here, and that's people just aren't wearing condoms as much as they should be. And it's no surprise when condoms aren't used as frequently, the rates of sexually transmitted infections is going to start to go up, and that's exactly what we've seen. The real question here is also, why aren't people wearing condoms? And of course, it's more complicated than having one single answer to this. There's different groups and different cohorts of individuals with different reasons for not wearing condoms. Just for a quick example, we know that there's increasing rates of sexually transmitted infections in young heterosexual individuals. There's increasing rates of sexually transmitted infections in men who have sex with men, and there's likely different reasons for a decrease in condom use in those different populations.
Which also then means that there's no easy fix for this.
Exactly. And, at the end of the day, it's going to take a lot more than a physician, waving and wagging their finger saying, wear a condom. This is likely going to be a multi-pronged approach. And really, we need a cultural shift and an attitude shift towards condom use to really prevent these sexually transmitted infections.
Given that most STIs are treatable, does that bring a level of, I don't care if I get it?
Yeah, in fact, we're seeing a lot of that, and that's really unfortunate. And it's unfortunate for a couple of reasons. One, we're not entering the era of drug resistance. We are in the era of drug resistance, and there are drug-resistant sexually transmitted infections that are circulating widely throughout the world. For example, here in Canada, gonorrhea is now treated with a shot. Only a few years ago, we could easily treat this with pills. The pills don't work effectively anymore, and we need to use a shot. So there's fewer and fewer options to treat these infections. And it's no surprise when you start giving out antibiotics like Halloween candy, the antibiotics stop working. And this is true for sexually transmitted infections as well.
From a doctor's perspective, even if the end result means that it can be treated, are there implications that happen if you do get a diagnosis like gonorrhea or syphilis or chlamydia? In the interim, before it's gone, are you still feeling those negative health effects?
Yeah, absolutely. So sexually transmitted infections can have lots of untoward effects if they're not treated. For the most part, they can be treated easily and quickly and completely. But if they're left untreated, there certainly are complications in men and in women, and these complications can have long-term morbidity, long-term negative impacts on an individual. So it's important to get diagnosed and treated. So anyone out there who's having sex without a condom in a non-monogamous relationship, it's a good idea to get tested for sexually transmitted infections from time to time. Sometimes you won't even have symptoms, so it's just a good idea to get periodically checked.
Okay, Dr. Isaac Bogosh, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.